delighted to have His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babatunde Sanwo-Olu, represented today. And I'd like to now invite his representative today, the Senior Advisor to the Governor on Technology, to share a few opening remarks this morning. Please welcome him, Mr. Tubosun Alake.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tubosun Alake. I'm the Special Advisor to the Governor on Innovation and Technology. So innovation first. I just had to clear that up. Managing Director, NSIA, Mr. Aminu Umar Sadiq, my friend and brother, Ikem, Non-Executive Director, members of the Board of Directors of the NSIA, ladies and gentlemen, fellow colleagues in the ecosystem. I see some familiar faces in here. Good afternoon. I first of all bring you greetings from the Governor. He wanted to be here but couldn't due to the exigencies on his time. And of course, it's campaign season, so there's that. I am going to deliver some remarks on his behalf and share some of my own thoughts about where we are heading in this ecosystem. So it is with immense pleasure that I stand before you today to deliver this message to an organization that possesses a philosophy whose time has come. The Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority is, and I must say this, a necessary entity, critical for the development of this nation. Not only is its framework and objective for pragmatic funds and investment management essential for future prosperity, but the NSIA represents a value system of delayed gratification. This is a cultural tenet that is unequivocally needed for this nation. This value tenet characterizes the philosophy of many successful sovereign wealth funds across the globe. I am glad that the launch of the NSIA Prize for Innovation is an indicator of the NSIA's subscription to this philosophy and its commitment to drive value creation through innovation. This philosophy is something we at the Lagos State Government share with the NSIA, not just because the governor just signed into law the Lagos State Sovereign Wealth Fund, but it has to do with our realization that the central core of a nation's economic security is tied to innovation and science research. Now, this subscription informed the creation of the Lagos Office of Innovation and Technology. That's the office I oversee, under the Ministry of Science and Technology in 2019. This office is responsible for coordinating and driving innovation for sustained economic growth. In December of 2019, our administration ignited the Lagos State Science Research and Innovation Council, a body tasked with managing the Lagos State's Research and Innovation Fund. This body is made up of industry experts responsible for catalyzing innovation growth from a civic perspective. Over the past 26 months, we have funded over 60 startups in the areas of circular economy, climate change, agri-tech, construction tech, software as a service, artificial intelligence, mobility, health tech, and so on. In all, these startups have created more than 100 jobs between them. Companies like Price Pally, a a food aggregation portal that uses the economies of scale to help grocery shoppers save, or Farms to You, an agri-tech company using the power of AI, artificial intelligence, and a digital platform to help improve farmers' yields, Shifa Tech, a non-electric ventilator maker, who was nominated, by the way, for the UK Royal Academy of Engineering Prize, and Rabbit Mobility, an eco-friendly transportation company transforming the way we move about our city. These companies are leveraging the power of technology to change our lives and to create economic value. And of course, to enable sustained growth and to drive seismic and incremental changes in society, LASRIC, which is the acronym for the Lagos State Science Research and Innovation Council, needed to intervene deeper within the innovation pipeline. And so this informed our science research program. Today, we have supported more than 65 R&D projects across 4 major institutions in Lagos. So the University of Lagos, the Lagos State University, Yaba College of Technology, and of course, Lagos Poly, which is now the Lagos State University of Science and Technology. We have supported R&D work in areas such as medical imaging using convolutional neural networks, that's neural network in AI, medical research to reduce the incidence or to alleviate glaucoma sufferers, or one of our researchers that was trying to make new composite material for dental rigidity. I am pleased to say that in 2020, we got our first patent through a multidisciplinary team that invented a dual-motor ambubag ventilator through the University of Lagos. Ladies and gentlemen, the socio-economic impact of our implementations is evident through a myriad of technology projects we have also executed. In a bid to deepen our digital inclusion and connectivity, we are almost complete on our 3,000-kilometer fiber optic cable project, in which we've laid about 2,900 kilometers. We have connected multiple civic points of interest, including 100 public schools and civic government buildings. Bridging the digital divide, of course, cannot be done by government alone. 3,000 kilometers is very small. And so what we've done is to, along the same right of way, deploy optic fiber ducts, right? In tandem with the fiber optic cable that Lagos State is deploying. This really is to help de-risk the infrastructure market. And so when you have ducts that are within the ground, it saves telco companies having to dig the ground additionally. And so even smaller infrastructure companies can also participate in the market, because one of the key expenses for infrastructure companies is civic works. And so if we are able to de-risk that part of the market, we are hoping that some savings go to product innovations, and they are able to pass on those costs or pass on those savings to customers. These implementations have further driven investment in technology infrastructure, and about $1.5 billion in data center investment over the past year has poured into Lagos. We are particularly excited to support investments like Kasi Cloud, who, of course, is one of the beneficiaries of the NSIA. We are particularly excited to support people like them because they hold a promise to really revolutionize the cloud services market in Nigeria with their hyperscaler data center. And of course, for those that don't understand, hyperscalers are those data centers that absorb your traffic when you shop on Amazon on Black Friday, right? And so those kinds of containers, they are able to dynamically expand. And so when 1 million people are trying to get a deal on a Sony TV, right? Those hard-working data centers are absorbing all your traffic. This is the promise that a Kasi Cloud holds, and the promise to revolutionize the data center market locally to make sure that all of these workloads, the compute, the storage, and the networking workloads are domiciled locally. You know, a lot of the internet, the Netflixes that we watch, while some of them are stored here, the compute power is still in places like Amsterdam, in South Africa. But Kasi Cloud holds the promise for those things to be domiciled locally. And so we are happy to support them. Our smart city implementations has also seen us implement Lagos State's first intelligent transport system. Through our beta smart camera launch in certain junctions and locations, VIO, that's the enforcement office in charge of number plates, in-person enforcement has reduced by 30% because in those junctions, for people that run the red lights or for people that drive with expired tags, they get fined. In fact, there's a story, my driver's friend actually ran the red light at a particular junction, and about 6 months later, he had to go and renew his license plate, and he got there, and they said, yeah, there's a 65,000 naira fine. And he's like, una de Chris, what do you mean? So he wasn't going to pay it. And so they brought out a document with his picture, driving through the lights. And of course, he had to pay it, otherwise he wouldn't have renewed his license. You know, so these are some of the implementations that are going on. And so even in these areas, there is a heightened level of transport proprietary in those areas. And so we are on the beta phase now. Once we finish that, it will be expanded to different areas. Now, coming back to innovation, of course, through the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, we have empowered almost 200 startups with co-working space vouchers. These enable startups get access to resources and infrastructure at co-working spaces and innovation hubs in Lagos to be able to help them build their ideas, build their startups. And of course, we also have the Idea Hub program that matches entrepreneurs with industry experts to help them prepare their startups for prime time. Ladies and gentlemen, as evidenced, our implementation proves our subscription to the belief that technology and innovation are economic and social growth catalysts. However, we must reckon with the myriad of challenges that still plague the ecosystem. At our just concluded Art of Technology conference yesterday, our annual technology conference that bridges the gap between private and public stakeholders within the ecosystem, we highlighted the #1 existential challenge to the growth of this sector, and that's the talent challenge. In that, we highlighted that out of 114,000 developers, Nigerian developers, 3 out of every 5 are either actively processing their papers to move to other countries or have left. I won't talk about some of my people here that have already jackpot. But this existential crisis has informed our talent acceleration plan that seeks to deliver 32,000 deep tech skill beneficiaries by 2025. This exercise, we believe, should be best managed by the private sector. So there is a feedback loop system that delivers on industry demand. We have partners such as the Boston Consulting Group and the UNDP as steering committee members, and we actively invite the NSIA to be a part of this initiative. Our Yaba Technology City initiative seeks to create a technology special economic zone by 2024 to deliver on increased innovation and technology outputs. Ladies and gentlemen, I congratulate the NSIA once again on the launch of this laudable initiative, an initiative whose time has come, and one that will move the innovation pendulum forward. We, however, believe that to achieve this nation's potential, we must do away with siloed implementations across a myriad of government institutions. We must collaborate, we must co-build. Those acronyms or those words must be the orders of the day. We invite you to collaborate with us as we build a Nigeria that we truly will be proud of. Thank you very much.